it was such an important record in my life at that time in my life after leaving Cold Chisel. You know, I know I'd made Body Swerve already, which was just to get my feet in the water, and you know, I wanted to make something real quick and raucous and raw so that people wouldn't compare me to Cold Chisel. When I got to this record, I knew that this was a record that was going to be that I'd be judged on. This would be the make or break record for me. I somehow taught myself quite a unique way of singing. I mean, it's a little technical, but I'll explain it to you. You have two main vocal cords, and they're surrounded by secondary chords, which are called false chords. When you sing and when you talk, you use the main chords. The secondary chords are for harmonic sort of things and stuff like that. Somehow, over those period of the first few years, I taught myself to sing using my secondary chords. And I found this out many years later when I went to a throat specialist. They put cameras down my throat, and they were quite amazed by it because there's only a few singers in the world to do it. And the thing about that is the main chords are the ones that get damaged. The main chords are the ones that, you know, where they have to have nodules, operations, and all that. The secondary chords don't get growth or anything on them. And so, and writing is another way of expressing, of communicating, which I love. It's a horror story, but it's actually based on my own life. I sort of take it's based in Scotland, and moves through to Adelaide in South Australia. It's just about it's a horror story, but it's really against essentially about intergenerational trauma. You know, I mean, we as I spoke about in the first book. You know, we were traumatized as children by, you know, violence and alcoholism and abuse and all that sort of stuff. And it's the effects. And I know, and when I wrote it, you know, when I was angry when I wrote it, angry with my parents and all that sort of stuff. And I realized that they damaged me and affected my children. But with a bit of distance and a bit of hindsight, I look back now and I think about what they went through and about how they were traumatized by their parents and in the parents before. So it's about that.